Today I'm going to solve questions number 4 and 5 of exam style questions of chapter number 7 of your book. In question number 4, you have been asked to explain what is meant by validation and verification. As you know that validation checks that the data is reasonable with, within the allowed limits. For example, if you are filling some data into the fields of a form, it is being checked that if the name is written within a given number of characters, if the phone number is given within a given number of digits, etc. These checks are called validation checks. And verification means that the data that has been entered or copied correctly and is the same as original data. As you have encountered this situation many times in your life while keeping passwords in Google Forms or any other forms, you have to write your password twice. This is called the verification process because double entry will make sure that you have uh, kept a correct password. In the same way, in any form where you enter some values twice, you are going through the process of verification because double check means they are making sure that the required fields are correct. Now let's move on to question number 5. The following data is to be entered into an online form: name, date of birth, password, and phone number. For each item, state with reasons the validation and verification checks that should be used on the input data. This question carries 8 marks, so you have to give an appropriate answer. So first of all, let's move on to the validation checks. When you fill your name in the form, there the basic check that is being applied on that field of that form is that length of name should be within a specific number of letters. Let's suppose the check is that you should enter a minimum of 2 letters and a maximum of 35 letters. So you have to give the name within that limit. And verification means visual check, that you have to make sure that you have written your name. Visual check in verification, a visual check has to be performed that you can visually double check your field, that if you have written you can visually check that field that if you have written the name correctly or not. For date of birth, the format check will be applied if you have uh, entered the date of birth in a proper format, like date, month, and year. And visual check means you just have to look at the screen carefully that you whether you have entered your date of birth correctly or not. For password, length check is there to check if the maximum length of the password should be 6 or 8. Then you have to enter that much number of characters as passwords. So length check is applied for passwords. And for verification, double entry is better because password should be entered twice in order to make sure that correct password has been entered. Now comes phone number. When you are entering your phone number in any form, the length of phone number is checked. Suppose you are entering a 10-digit number. It depends on the country. It varies from country to country that how much digits are allowed for the phone number, and that length is checked in this field. And for phone number, there should be two types of verification checks. First is visual check, that you can visually check the phone number if it is correct or not. And there should be double entry check also. You should enter your phone number twice in order to make sure that you have entered the correct phone number, and so that you might be contacted through that phone number later on. Now, so these were questions number 4 and 5. Please like this video and leave a comment if you understood the concept well. Thank you.